They both composed themselves and went downstairs to greet Uncle Ebuka. As soon as he saw Emeka, he gave him a warm hug before smiling and greeting Ibironke. Soon laughter filled the living room again, and the mood became cheerful. As they talked, Ibironke learned that Uncle Ebuka was Emeka's father's elder brother. He was excited because it was the first time he was seeing everyone in the new year, and he had many stories to share. After a while, he turned to Ibironke with a smile. "My dear," he asked, "does your family have any special traditions?" Ibironke paused for a moment before answering. "Not that I know of, sir." Uncle Ibironke nodded. "I asked because every family has its own traditions," he said. "It is important to know them, just as it is important to do genotype and other compatibility tests before marriage." Everyone listened as he continued. "In our family, every woman who marries one of our sons must never eat catfish again. That is one of our traditions." Ibironke looked surprised, but remained quiet.
"There is another tradition," he continued. "No two brothers or men from our family must ever have a relationship with the same woman. They must never marry or sleep with the same woman. It is a serious taboo." The moment she heard those words, Ibironke choked on her food. She quickly reached for a glass of water. Rachel laughed and shook her head. "Uncle Ibuka, you're scaring her. Please, enough of these old superstitions." Uncle Ibuka smiled slightly. "You're still young," he said. "You think these traditions are just stories, but they are not. People who ignore them usually regret it."
Then he looked at Rachel. "Even you, as a daughter of this family, must never have a relationship with men from the same family, not to talk of marrying one of them. Anyone who ignores this tradition will face serious consequences." The room became quiet. Ibironke could hardly believe what she had just heard. She lost her appetite and barely spoke again. Even when someone talked to her, she only gave short answers. Emeka noticed that she looked uncomfortable. Not wanting her to stay any longer, he politely said his goodbyes and took her home. Throughout the drive, Ibironke remained silent. She simply stared through the window without saying a word. She usually spent her weekends at Emeka's house, but ever since they got engaged, she had been spending more time there as they prepared for marriage. Emeka knew something was wrong. To make her feel better, he started talking about completely different things. It was one of the things he was good at. He always knew how to make her smile and take her mind off her worries. Slowly, it worked. She began to answer him, although her voice was still soft.
It wasn't much, but it was better than complete silence. When they got home, they had dinner, did a few things around the house, and got ready for bed. But while Emeka slept, Ibironke remained awake. She could not stop thinking about Uncle Ebuka's words. Two brothers must never be with the same woman. The words kept repeating in her mind. She began to breathe heavily. Emeka was a light sleeper. Whenever something was wrong, he seemed to sense it immediately. It was one of the many reasons Ibironke loved him. He was caring, observant, and always paid attention to her feelings. He woke up, picked up his phone, and checked the time. It was already past
1 in the morning. He turned to her with concern. "Ibironke, why are you still awake?" She didn't answer. He sat up properly, moved closer to her, and gently held her hand. "Ibironke-mi," he said softly. "Please tell me what's wrong." She looked into his eyes for a long moment before speaking. Emeka, I knew your brother when we were in the university.
Emeka sighed. Is that what has kept you awake all night? She slowly shook her head. I didn't just know him, she said quietly. We were lovers. Emeka's eyes widened for a moment, but he quickly remained calm. That's unfortunate, he said. But it happened years ago. You both broke up before you and I met. I don't think that's a problem. She lowered her head. It's what your uncle said that is worrying me. Emeka looked at her. What exactly did he say? She changed her sitting position before replying. I'm worried about what he said concerning two brothers being with the same woman. Emeka gently smiled and shook his head. Don't let that trouble you, he said. Those are old family beliefs. This is the 21st century. Many of those traditions no longer have power over people's lives. His words brought comfort to her heart. She felt her fear slowly disappear. Without saying another word, she moved closer, rested her head on his chest, and wrapped her arms around him. Listening to the steady beat of his heart, she finally closed her eyes and drifted peacefully to sleep.